Oh, I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. What's good, guys? So, just a quick check. I don't know if I put a title on this video or not. But let's go live. Let's do a quick check-in. How are you guys doing? Happy Friday Eve. I want to do something new today, right? I kind of want to open up. I'm probably gonna be on here for like 30 minutes or so. Just gonna do a quick check-in here with you guys. I would love to have a few of you guys uh, with me online today. As you can see, I have a different orientation here where I can invite guests. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I want to have you guys online. Who wants to come online with me? Let's do a quick check in. Let's talk Liberia. Pretty much, let's talk either building in Liberia. Let's talk. I mean, obviously, we're not talking politics, but let's just talk building in Liberia, progression, businesses in Liberia, where you guys see Liberia in the next 5 years. Anything you're excited about in Liberia. Pretty much, I kind of hop on this evening so that I can hopefully catch a lot of you guys who are available. Hopefully, most of you guys are not at work and you're back home. But I'm gonna kick it off. Let's see here, waiting. So right now, there's an option for you to come on. So let's see here, add guests. Oh, well, I don't know how to do this. So are you guys able to see where you can hop on, where you can come online with me? If you're able to see that, first of all, see what's up. Let's see. Welcome to live chat. Okay, let me see. I don't know how to even see. This is new for me, guys. So I want to have a few of you guys online with me. I kind of want to. I think this is exciting. So we get to meet each other, everybody here on in our little community to meet. So let me know if you're able to see below how to request to come on. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I should have done this. Add guests. How do you add guests? Do I have to add guests from? You know what? I don't know. Maybe I might just go back to the regular. Can you guys let's see. Let me see, go here and see chat, live chat, all messages are visible. Okay. Okay, I want to talk about going back home. I have been back in 80 years. So yeah, okay, that's cool. So Gary, is it Gary or Jerry? Gary, right? Gary and Sede. That's a unique name. You guys can come on. So um you guys can come on, request to come on so that you can come online. Let's chop it up. And yeah, let's get to it, man. But I'll kick it off. If you guys can figure it out, please let me know how you can come online. And let me see here. And let's talk about Liberia. Let's talk about where we see Liberia in 5 years. Let's talk about building in Liberia. You guys already seen what we have going on. The estates we're currently building in Liberia in on the highway, Foley Town area, our Ralphie Highway, and also Marshall Road, right in Marshall. Let's talk about building in Liberia. Let's talk about where I see things, how things are going, where I see Liberia in 5 years, just based on my experience, research, opinion, facts, everything combined. Let's talk about it, right? First of all, welcome. If you just hop on, welcome. Again, this is new. Is new today. We're trying to hop on. So I wish I just knew how to invite people. I mean, can you? So first of all, if you're watching, please say hello. Let me just make sure I see you. Yeah, Gary, try to get on, please. So I don't know. Please just try to figure. I don't know. Let me watch a video on how to add people on YouTube. But if you can figure out, let me know. I would love for you guys to hop on with me. I want to. It's gonna be a little different today on how let me see here. How to add guests on YouTube Live. But let me know, guys. So let's see here. Let me push this aside a little bit so I can see how to invite someone on a live stream on YouTube. All right, let's watch this. If you figure this out, please let me know. I want you to come on. Let's talk. Let's do a little bit different. Let's go. Let's be going live. People go live everywhere else. Let's see. Okay, hold on one second. Yeah.
On YouTube. So I'm going to show you guys just how to do that.
1 second. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Quick information, guys, before I start this.
Yeah. Show me, man. Show me.
Option,
okay.
You can notice it bring in the option of the live stream.
Okay.
Now, on this option of the live stream, on default, is selected to be camera.
Okay.
This is not like a gamer's live streaming option. This is
1 second, while big girl, please.
Role live streaming of this live stream public.
Okay.
It's made for kids. And
okay.
Then click on this more option. Now, when you click on this more option, click on advanced.
Okay.
And then the reason why I came here is to enable chat and also enable monetization.
Okay.
To go forward, P
okay.
or invite people. So right now, this is the option to invite people. So all you need to do is to copy, either you copy this link and send it to somebody,
okay.
or you use this quick link where it says invite, send link. So you see different options right here.
Okay.
Email, you can send this to a Facebook group, you can send this to a Facebook page, you can send this to a tweet, a direct Twitter message, and different application you have installed on your device. So the best option I like to use is the email option.
So never mind, because this I have to send the invite to via email or Facebook or Instagram or something like that. I thought I can just send an invite here, or I thought people can just add themselves on here, but apparently not. But anyways, I guess it's just gonna be me talking again. You can just comment in the section below. Welcome, guys. Let's talk about Liberia. Let's talk about, first of all, where I see Liberia in 5 years. Here's a few things I want to say just straight off the bat, right? A lot of people are now looking at Liberia as a possibility, right? As somewhere where they can see themselves either residing full-time or part-time. Also as somewhere where they can now put their money. I was having a discussion with my mom today, and just from my experience, she was telling me, she's like, you know what? Growing up in Liberia, Liberians didn't really own anything major in Liberia, right? So when I have a discussion with somebody the last time on Facebook, we're going back and forth with an argument, right? And the argument was the person said, you know what, Liberia back then was way better than Liberia today. And I mean, I can see why they would say that, right? I can see the reasoning behind that. I can see, when you look back in time, all these beautiful buildings nowadays, pre-war time Liberia, all of these beautiful buildings nowadays, all of that are run down now. They were going, they were just there was stuff going on, pre-Liberia. But I beg to differ, right? I honestly think Liberia today is better than what Liberia was way back then. Now, people who make this argument are usually looking at it from the standpoint of maybe a few let's just say, I don't know. I really don't know. Let's help me out here, guys. So comment below. Meyer Brown, I will hit you up. Please, if you want to hit me up, I don't mind giving my direct phone number here. It's 763-344-3624. Our Liberia number also is 231. I can do that, but I'll just go Vision Estates Liberia at gmail.com. Vision Estates Liberia at gmail.com. I'll hit you up. I'll call you right away on there. But let's talk about it, right? I believe Liberia today is better than what Liberia was before. And my viewpoint is a little different compared to where other people are coming from. So again, it was an argument. I go back and forth on my social media, and a lot of people strongly believe Liberia back then is better than what Liberia is today. I can understand why they are saying that, right? Back then, before the war, didn't have so many old buildings and stuff. But if you look at things on a deeper level, I think nowadays there are people are exposed to the world more, right? People are more advanced in their thinking than they were back then. And the main reason why I'm saying that is because of the internet. You know what I mean? Like, the internet has pushed the human race forward by a leap, right? All over the world, right? So nowadays, what people have access to, what Liberians are intentionally doing, is more progressive than back then. Back then, everything was fine. I get it. Everything was cool. Liberia was beautiful here and there. Like, the population was not as many as it is today. However, still back then, you never had big businesses that were owned by Liberians. You never had younger Liberians, trying to see the world and bring more experiences back. You never had, like nowadays, you see young Liberians building apartment buildings. They're building different things. Even Liberians who are living in Liberia, local Liberians, are coming up with different business ideas. They're exposed to the world more. We think more advanced now than in the past. In the past, things was cool, but I don't think there were more educated people back then than they are today. I don't think there are more progressive Liberians back then than they are today, right? I think today Liberia is better than Liberia was in the past. Like, get it, before the war, things was better, but I don't think corruption was any less in the past than it is today. You know what I mean? Now it is more exposed because we're the world is smaller because of how connected we are through our that device in our hands, right? So anything that happened, let's say corruption or this and that, is exposed more. Back then it wasn't that way, right? People weren't aware on the same level as people are aware today. You know what I mean? So um our parents would tell you, right? I mean, they didn't have anything that was so better than what people are going through today. So, and it has nothing to do with government, right? I'm not here speaking on government, or it's because of this government is doing better. It has nothing to do with government. It just has to do with just Liberia as a country and the people as a whole, right? I'm breaking this down to on the people level. That's just about it. So it's not so much about, oh, this government is doing this, that's why things are like that and stuff like that. It's not like that. So that's one thing. What do you guys think? Just let me know what you think. What are you guys' opinion on that? How do you feel about that? As far as how things were back then as compared to today, right? That's the first topic I kind of wanted to bring up. It's just because that's the conversation I was having with somebody recently, and I kind of want to put it out to the group and see. That's the first thing. I'm just throwing out topics, guys. So when I come alive, I love to interact with you guys. That's why I do live. Other than that, I'll just do a regular video and post it. But because I want to chat with y'all, I want to like talk to you guys back and forth, have a whole conversation going. So first of all, ask me anything. That's the first thing, and then so I can keep the conversation going. Ask me anything really concerning Liberia, whatever it is, anything like that, or what I have going on, what you have going on, any questions, anything I can help you with, anything you want more insight on, suggestion on, and things like that. First, let's start by that. Let's go with that. Let's do that first, and I can continue with some of the topics I brought. So Maya Brown said, "We that came outside Liberia to Ghana, Nigeria, and other countries are really bringing back development." Yeah. So, and I believe that my people who left Liberia and coming back are bringing development. That's a fact, right? However, let me say this: when I say Liberia today is better, when I use the word better, I'm not using the word better as in I'm saying better just as in like how we think, what we have, how we think, what we have access to, and what our intentions are as far as for ourselves and our family and just our lives, right? It's more advanced than what it was back then. So when you said that, Mario, when you said Liberians who left the country, let's say go to Nigeria, Ghana, and stuff like that, are bringing more development. That is true, right? It takes a human being seeing something else to be able to bring. Because if you don't know something, you know what I mean. Like the saying go, you can't miss what you never had, right? If you never had something, you can't really miss it. It's just not possible. You never had it. How are you going to miss something you never had? So it's similar thing. You can't really. Sometimes you have to envision. You have to see other things to draw inspiration to say, okay, you know what, this is possible. I can do it this way. I can do it that way. So living in Liberia, just being in Liberia and not being exposed to anything else, it's hard to envision certain things and bring back certain development without seeing it. However, that's why I said Liberia nowadays is more advanced than in the past, is because now with the internet, with the smartphone, people are more advanced, right? People are seeing things. You really don't have to leave your country to be in another country. You can be on the internet and literally know something about another place just by sitting in the comfort of your home. You can know everything you need to know by another place without even being there, right? There's so much information out there that You really don't need to leave. So that's why today information is more accessible, and how we think in Liberia is more advanced, right? That's just that. Again, if you're just hopping on, just go ahead and ask any questions. I'm chopping it up here with Maya Brown. Um, that's a great conversation. Please go ahead and drop some comments in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. We're talking about where you see Liberia in a few years, development in Liberia, businesses in Liberia, the progression of Liberia, and just things like that, right? So that's what I think, Myra. I think people who leave the country, who are coming back, are more prone to development because we've seen and we're exposed, right, to certain things that we saw outside that we're now doing. So that's one. And let's just jump back into what we have going on. I have a lot of emails and questions about the estates that we're building. Let me get a little background on that. So the estates basically is myself, my business partner Joel from the channel here, and four other people, right? We're technically six, but the other people are vendor partners. The idea mainly is like Maya said, if you go to Ghana and Nigeria and things like that, you see the level at which people are building in this country. It's insane. Now, these people are leap year ahead of Liberia. It's cool, right? I get it. We're behind, everybody's on the same playing field. The main thing, the only thing is where you're going. It's not so much where you're at, where you're coming from, it's where you're going. So as long as we Liberians are moving forward, that's the thing. But we cannot ignore the fact that other countries are leap years ahead. So when we travel, right, Joanne and myself and everybody else travel, we go to Ghana every time. We've been to different African countries. We've seen it, right? And as a Liberian, when you go to other places, you see how those places are. You can't wonder, you can't help but like wonder, man, I wish my country was like this, right? I want to feel proud. I want these people from these countries I'm visiting to go to Liberia to visit. You really don't see anybody going to Liberia just to visit. Other African countries, uh, other people from other African countries go to Liberia maybe just for some opportunities. There's so many opportunities in Liberia to take advantage of. Mainly when you see a foreigner going to Liberia, they're going for that. They're just not going to chill. However, being in Liberia, you see a lot of Liberians going to Ghana, Nigeria, and other South Africa, other countries to go and chill, right? To go on vacation and just for leisure. And I've never really seen the opposite. We don't. So looking at that, we're saying, look, man, we have to do something. I created this channel myself, and Joel created this channel. We've grown the channel over the years. We've given advices, we've given insight. That's the goal of this channel. But we're like, what can we do physically? Information is great. Giving out information to you guys, answering questions to you guys is great. But what more can we do? What can we do physically to really be a part of the development of Liberia? And that's how we came up with, over the years, so many years we've been going back and forth to Liberia, came up with that vision of state, right? The number one thing with Liberians in the diaspora, I was just talking to a lady just now. The lady says, Cephas, it's not that we don't have money to develop Liberia. It's not that we don't have money to build, right? To build infrastructures in Liberia. It's like we just don't have the people to do it. We don't have the people we can trust to do it. We don't have the people who we can put our hard earned money in their hands and say, do this for me, right? Most people in Liberia will not have your best interest at heart to look at you as a money, like a ATM, right? Like if they feel like if they take your money, it's fine. They don't really have to, you're where the money tree is at, so you can just get more, right? And most time we tend to want to go through families and stuff with that. And I'm sorry, but those are mostly the most dangerous path to go. Your family will just eat your money. You can't do anything about it. We're Africans. You can't do nothing about it. You can't take your family to jail. You cannot take your family to court. All of that stuff. It's just abomination. Like it's your favorite uncle, your favorite auntie, your mom, brother, your dad, sister. Like you can't really do anything when the money is gone. The only thing you can do is just sit there and shake your head, right? So that's the lack. That's what is lacking in that. That's why we said, you know what? Let's be an avenue. Let's be a vehicle, a medium by which we can connect these two. Where is the pain point? Where is the area of opportunity, and that's that right there. That people, that vehicle, that entity, that person that can get things done for you, and have your best interests at heart. That's kind of why we came up with this. And you get, like I said, we've given you guys all the information, and we're like, how can we physically do it? So that's where we're at. We're building the estates, construction is going on, things like that. The homes they're being bought. We just have a few left. 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom. We're doing it in an estate, right? It's a gated estate, so it's control access. Nobody else can just come in there. You have to either live there or you be invited by a guest to go in there, right? So that was the idea. The idea was to create a community where you can live, and you live in a very beautiful, well-maintained environment. Because I've talked about this before. You can build your beautiful home by yourself on your own land somewhere, but then you don't have any control of anything going on around you, right? Somebody can just do anything. People can build a house anywhere they want to build it. There's no zoning. Somebody can take their back porch, point it to your front porch. They can put a zing house right in front of your home. They can make they can make a little drainage right in front of your home and have just still water sitting there. Thing is, if it's on their land, but the land is close to you, you can't do anything. That's how, whatever they do, that's just what it is. You can't control that. So that's why buying a home in an estate is mainly the best way. If you're not living in Liberia, if you're in the diaspora, that's one of your best options. Because, and people always, that's the thing, right? People want to own home in Liberia, they just want to go straight to their dream home. And I'm here to tell you that's normally not always the best option. And I'm not saying it's totally not the best, but a lot of us who want to build in Liberia are working people, working parents, single or married, have family, kids, have a lot of work to do, got to go to work, drop the kids, bring them back. Or if you're single, you got your bills, all of that stuff. And you're trying to build in Liberia. And the only option you have is just to send your money to somebody you know and hope that they get the work done. You don't have the time to leave few times a year to go back home, right? You don't have the time to be on ground every day to see if the where they're plastering, if that angle is straight. You're not there, right? All of these things has to be done before they send you pictures or when you come back to see it. I've had like just this week, I've had 4 people I've talked to who said they're going back to when they went back to Liberia, they had to break down what they had built because it wasn't up to their standard. And especially those of us that live in the diaspora, we're used to certain things. We're used to certain standards. So you go back home and it's really not, you're like, man, I've seen all the money. This is not even like how I thought it was going to be. Because you don't have that time, you don't have the energy, you don't have the resources. You can't be leaving your family, your kids, whatever it is, going back and forth to be running after people to build. But so far, that's the only way we Liberian knew how to do it. Whereas you go to Ghana, the past 2 decades, almost 20 years, Ghanaians just go through buying homes in the States and gated communities. The landscaping is nice, the homes are zoned, and you have your recreational, your pool, everything. It's just a viable way to do it. Headache free. You send your money to the entity, you go on a contract, everything is documented. There's no family involved. You know what I mean? If something happens to the company, they're liable. You have proper legal documents for it. That's the same thing we are doing. We have to start moving in that direction. It can't always just be, oh, yeah, oh, somebody who can be her, yeah, with my uncle friend. Oh, yeah, send the money to him. Hello, let me see the money, MoneyGram, and all of that stuff. Like, that's not a way to do it, right? We have to do things the proper way. You go through an entity, you go through your legal documents, you have all your documents, you pay your money, you get your contract, you read it, what's in it, and everything, and it just built. Has nothing to do with your family. Nobody's gonna call you the next day be like, oh, boss man, boss lady, the black name broke, and the team we need to send $500 because this is not none of that. You know what I mean? So we have to do it that way. Other countries are moving faster and advancing that way. We have to create an avenue for you guys, for us in the diaspora and living in Liberia who don't have just the time and resources to do these things ourselves. Secondly, the communal living. Communal living basically just saying, look, the advantage of owning a home in a state and the reason why it's viable is because there's a shared expense. Meaning your pool, because what we're building, we have a pool, we have a gym area, a rooftop, all of that stuff. It's not no one person who's paying for it, right? All the homes in the estate, the price you pay, portion of that goes toward that. So everybody share that expense, right? A lot of us want to own home in Liberia, want to build, we're killing ourselves to do it. We have all this vision, right? You want to get your 2 acre yard, your 3 lots, your pool, like, and you spend all these years building these things just for it to be disappointed. Now, I'm not saying everybody's going to be like that. Some people have done it, they were able to achieve it, but the numbers don't lie. The number of people who are not able to achieve it, the number of people who don't have the time and resources to do that, is far higher than those who are able to achieve it. You have to have the know-how. You have to be gritty. You have to be, like a glam person to be able to get that done. You have to know exactly what you want, how things are done, how pricing, and you have to be fire. Fire on top of back. That's what people say to do it. But your average person don't. They just send the money. They don't know what's going on. Anything people tell them, that's it. So that's where the void is at, right? And that's where people are lacking and stuff like that. So, um, that's where we're at as far as that. I'm gonna shift gears now, but that's where we're at as far as building the estates: 3 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 4 bedrooms. Most of them are gone now, so it's just a few left. So visionestatesliberia.com. Visionestatesliberia.com. If you go on there, that's where you see all that. You guys have probably already seen it. But let's shift gear. Let's go. It's only person I'm chatting with here is Gary and Meyer. Oh man. Yeah, they be looking at it, they be watching it. You don't want to talk about my people. So I'm planning a trip next year. That's great. I have my father and brother from my dad's side, but I don't trust anyone. I mean, it's exactly right. I'm not here to talk down on anybody's family, but I'm just saying the reality is most of the time your family will not do you right. You know, what are the prices? The home prices we're doing starts from 30,000 to 100, right? So depending on the square footage, the number of rooms, if it's a duplex or a single level, so we're doing it very affordable. So it's not so much about getting rich out of this thing right now. It's just how can we contribute back to our country? That's kind of what we're doing right now. So Maya said, I have a sister and brother from my mother's side who left Liberia in 1994 and not thinking about coming home. So I told him about you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's how it is. We have to reconnect. And most people, I have a lot of people who went to Liberia and they never thought about going back home. It's just something that never crossed their mind. But I'll tell you this. If you've been back, you can attest. Unless maybe you had a terrible experience, but if you've been back, you can attest to it. It just takes time, one time to go back to Liberia that's going to change you forever. I was talking to a guy who's a surgeon, right? He connected me. He's buying one of the homes. He's buying the 4 bedroom homes. And he's like, hey, just half the money and everything. We started his construction and all of that. But he hasn't been back since he left when he was like 7 years old. He's 36, and he just never thought about it. His mom was like, hey, let's just go to Liberia. And he went there and he's like, wow. I mean, it's just the feeling of being home, reconnecting with home, and just everything, the weather, the peace of mind you get. And, he's like, man, and this guy went there for the first time. He spent 3 weeks. He came back. And after 3 weeks, he went back to Liberia for another 2 weeks. And he came back and now he's about to move in February. And that's why he's putting half of his money down so we can start his construction quicker, so he can live there when he go back. So that's what I'm saying. It's a life-changing experience. That's why we have to reconnect. Our kids have to reconnect back home. You know what I mean? Our kids have to go back. They have to know where they're from. They have to especially in America, right? If you're in school, your kids are in school. In America, it's a boiling pot. A lot of people in America are from somewhere else, right? They're all these Americans are the heritage are from somewhere else. Some people are from I don't know, Kazakhstan. Some people are from Hungary. Some people are from France, and these are all people's hometown. So these people during vacation time, their kids go back. You know what I mean? When the most popular topic after summer is teacher asking, "Hey guys, how was your vacation? What did you do?" And everybody's like, "Yeah, I went to I don't know, I went back to my home country." Everybody have their home country. We as Africans, it has to be like that, right? I feel like a lot of Africans, they only send their children home when it start being bad, and they want to know it shouldn't be like we should own properties back home. Our kids should be proud to be African. That creates the heritage, right? That creates that strong feeling of pride from your home. But most of our kids in America, haven't gone back home at all, right? One is because we don't have the resources for them to do that. We have to be planning our lives and incorporating back home into the identity of our children. You know what I mean? we don't have to be in this country. If you set up your life good in Africa, it don't have to be Liberia. Anywhere in Africa, you can leave this place. You don't have to deal with all the craziness going on in these diasporas. You can just go back home, right? So there has to be that option for us and our children. So we have to build that foundation, right? For that to be that case. So going back to what I was saying, you see, these children will go home and say, look, I came back from home. I'm from France. I'm from, on my summer vacation, I'm from Switzerland. On my summer vacation, I'm from this place and that place. And most of our African kids, we take them somewhere else. Sometimes the family take them somewhere else. The family take them to other people's country, but not back to Africa. You know what I mean? So I get it. Like when I say Africa, I don't necessarily just mean Liberia. I mean anywhere in Africa, right? Just reconnect that. So that's something I strongly believe in, and I think our kids should have the options to do that. And I strongly believe also that like when you get to a certain age, you just I don't know. I don't know if you guys really see it, or if you strongly believe when you hit 60, 65, 70, you want to be in America. You know what I mean? I get it, some medical reasons why and stuff like that. But some people just, you come here once, twice a year, your medical checkup, get your medication, and go back. But I don't really see myself being here. First of all, I'm leaving way before then, but I'm just saying, like, just being in this, you guys know, right? When you don't work and you're 65, 70, and you live in especially states like Minnesota where it's cold, half the year you're just inside. You know what I mean? The most you can do is go play bingo, or you go grocery shopping. All your kids are gone. Your grandkids are living with their parents. You're in your home. Most of the time, maybe you downsize to a smaller apartment. It's just you there. People don't be visiting people like that in America. You're just there by yourself all day. You this and this. You go to a doctor visit. You come home. There's nothing else. Like, come on now. There's nothing else. So, other than that, let's say being in Africa, anywhere in Africa, you have a lot of people around you. Go anywhere, you go walk on the beach, you come home, you go to the local market, you walk, like anything you want to do. You have a lot of friends of your age group, especially if you're well off at that point. People will come to you, people come visit you, your lecture, you go to different functions. There's just so much to do. In America, when you hit that age, there's nothing to do. You just sit here and you just wait. Unless you're rich, if you're really, really wealthy, if you're rich and you plan for your retirement where you have a good amount of money, then yes, right? Then you can be in America, you travel all over the world, you go places, you take cruises, all that stuff you can. But the reality is a lot of us are not. A lot of us came to the country, we're already up there in age, right? So we didn't have that head start, the financial education to start saving and putting money in your 401k and investing when you're like in your early 20s, so that when you hit 65, now you have, let's say, 2 million, 3 million. That's the only time. The only way you can really enjoy a retirement is when you retire, you have at least a couple millions. You can't be you having 2, 300, 400,000. You can't do anything with that. You cannot do anything with that. If you retire and have a few 100,000, you can't do nothing with that. You just have to live on your budget. You know what I mean? You have to live on budget, and in order to, because at that point, what rent now is, the average is $1,600 for a 2 bedroom. All your bills, everything comes to around 2,500, right? That's like what, almost, you're paying, let's see, around $40,000 a year in just bills and living expenses. Now, before you talk about food and everything you're paying, if you divide that, by however many, you cannot even go more than 10 years after you retire. So unless you have two, $3 million, $2, $3 million in your savings when you retire, you're really not going to live. You're just going to be in America waiting until you die. That's about it. So that's why I really believe it's not for everybody. I'm not telling people what to do, but I strongly believe we should have all of these incorporated in our future plan. Retire back in Africa, guys. It don't have to be in Liberia, or you can go anywhere in Africa. The continent is advancing every day. There's a lot of countries in Africa now that's going to get out of the under the developed, how do you call it, developing country list. They're going to go to developed country list. There's a lot of countries in Africa that are. You know what I mean? So there are medications, there are hospitals, doctors, things like that there that can take care of you. So places are more secure. You know what I mean? In Liberia, yeah, when you old somebody just ask how safe is Liberia. I made a video yesterday, so you can watch that video for more details. But Liberia is fairly safe. Like I said, what happens in Liberia is petty crimes. People been living in Liberia for years, but we just love to share the negativity. And most people who has not been to Liberia, who don't live in Liberia, are the ones championing Liberia not being safe. Oh, that country, you can go that place not safe. It's just people are just trying to discourage people from going back and living because they have the means to go back there. You're not any more safer in America than in Liberia. In America, your chances of dying I think, is even higher for somebody just shooting you. We see it all the time. America has over 3,000 mass shooting a year. How many mass shootings I see in Liberia? Not even one, right? Not even one. So why are we saying this place is so safe? I get it. You call police, maybe in 5 minutes, police will come. I understand. But most of the time, the police just come to get your body. It's because people have access to so many dangerous weapons here. Somebody come to shoot you, you call the police, or there's somebody breaking your house, you take the phone and call the police. The police gonna shoot you. The police come to you. Maybe you on your last breath, they revive you, or most of the time they just come. It's just a murder case, right? Look, I'm not trying to paint America bad or whatever it is, guys. This country is the world leading country for a reason. The country give us peace, is give us peace of mind, give us the ability to do everything. I'm not saying all of that. I'm just saying that this narrative of Liberia being so unsafe, that's what made me bring what I'm just talking about, the topic up, right? I'm not saying America is better than Liberia is better than America, right? None of that. Or it's much safer than America. But the numbers shows, right? Statistics shows that your chances of being hurt in America is higher. It's just because of numbers, right? Just because the population is higher and things like that. So it's not because so much of it has nothing to do with Liberia. It's not because Liberia has measures in place that is safer. It's just because America has more chances. That's why, right? So I'm not saying Liberia is better because Liberia has all of these things in place to make it safer than America. No, no, no. It's just Liberia just don't have the resources to be as dangerous as America. Like people owning guns here and there, people owning cars to go rob somewhere else, far place. They are robbing in Liberia, so they don't even get caught. They can't even come to certain places. When you live out of reach, you don't come there because they don't even have car to go. There's no organized crimes in Liberia, right? There's no organized crimes in Liberia. You barely see people. Like I said, I made in my video, the crimes that happen in Liberia is somebody jacking your phone, maybe somebody rob you with a knife, if you go to the wrong area at the wrong time and stuff like that. But certain areas you live, nobody come bother you. Most people are living in their fence, they have to get nobody comes bother you. Nobody, just people jumping over fences, coming rob somebody with gun, nothing. None of those things happen, right? Like I said, mysterious deaths happen here and there, but that's common in any country. People are gonna die. It's just human. People are gonna die every day. Every day in every country, people are dying for whatever reason, right? It could be a close ties, a family, or personal people. Crimes of opportunity. Usually, people who murder people are people who know you. Is the number of people who kill people who don't know them is less. That's why, like I said, you just watch your surrounding, watch you have around you. Kind of your company keeps the situation you put yourself in and things like that, right? Random people just don't kill random people, especially in countries like Africa and Liberia, right? Because people don't really have the resources. Maybe your close friends, you start doing good now and this and that, you start showing off, you're eating all the minute, you come in a minute, put it in a minute, go harm you or whatever, things like that. But it's not somebody who, it's not like you're driving your car and then a robber come from the bush and attack you. Like, how many of the stories have you heard? But we Liberians, as soon as somebody posts one dead body picture on Facebook, oh my God, oh, in that country, they're too dangerous. Hey, what's going on? What's going on in the country, Liberia? As if like people don't die in other countries. If you put up the statistics of how many people die in America, you'll be shocked. Like hundreds of people die in America every single day. States like Chicago and Houston, like New Mexico, other places with a higher crime rate, people just killing each other every day. It's just a normal thing, right? But one death happened on Facebook on Liberia, and everybody, oh my God, oh the country, our country not safe. Nah, man, I feel real safe in Liberia. Of course, at the same time, I take precautions in the country, just like I will anywhere I live, right? Who my company I keep, where I go. I'm aware of my surroundings and stuff like that. I'm not saying I'm invincible. I'm just saying I just do the best I can to be safe. It's all you can do anywhere you live. right? That's all you can do. So yeah, that's the narrative of Liberia being safe. I think it is. I just think Liberia is not the place yet where crime is advanced. It's just not because the government put it in place this or the government has security tight. No, no, no. It's just people just don't have the resources to commit crime like that. That's all. Like I said, the petty thieves that be happening in Liberia or some personal once in a while somebody kills somebody, whatever it is, personally because of like I said, mainly like family people. You know what I mean? So let's get rid of the narrative of Liberia being so unsafe that you don't want to go back, you don't want to take your children back. Go there, go to your nice places, stay out of some dangerous places, live in a nice secure area. That's it. It's a beautiful country. Now, like I said, people go to Liberia for therapy. I do too, right? I go to Liberia as a therapy. It's just you sit down and you just feel like a weight lifted off your shoulders. You wake up in the morning, you hear your own people around you, people speaking your language, you chat. And my favorite thing is just talking with little kids, and walking in somebody, yeah, uncle, hello. It's just a feeling. It's a therapy, guys. That's why even in America they have therapy dogs, right? Because certain things, some relationship you have with pets or people is soothing. It helps you with just your life. So like I said, that's my therapy. I woke up in the morning this morning, uncle, hello. Uncle, like just things like that. It's just a heartwarming thing, right? You walk in the yeah, oh that just things like that. You don't get that in the diaspora. You know what I mean? Diaspora is great. It gives us our lives we have today. But every now and then you have to reconnect, right? Um oh Gary, thank you, thank you. Our crews going to Africa frequently. Reha Macintosh. Cruise. I don't think so. I don't think cruise goes because yeah, no, no. It's just too. Crews usually go to countries and places within reach. If you're gonna leave from anywhere in America and Europe to go to Africa, yeah, that cruise is gonna be like a 2 month cruise. You know what I mean? So no, cruises don't go to cruise like passenger cruise don't go to Africa, especially not West Africa. Nah, it's just too far. Unless you're taking a cruise from Ghana to go to the other place and stuff like that. But it's not set up that way yet over there. Yeah, it's not. So like for instance, you go to a cruise from Miami, it takes you to the Caribbean, so other places. Those places are not far. It's a 7 day cruise or 3 day cruise can take you to all these places before you get from Europe and America to anywhere in Africa. It'll probably take you like 3 weeks already, and you just be in high ocean. So that's not fun. So no, I don't think there's any cruise going over there. But there's some African countries that have local cruise, that goes on river boats and stuff like that. That kind of goes around, not cruise ship per se, but river boats that can take you places and stuff. But I don't think there's cruise. That would be a good idea in Africa, though. Not cruise. Somebody says sponsor a group trip. Um, there is a friend of mine has a company. It's called what is it called? Shine Liberia, Travel Liberia. I'm gonna find the name, but she does a group trip. When you join her company, she do like group trips to Liberia twice a year. It's fun because she plans the entire trip. She has all she has all the places you're gonna go, the sightseeing, the hotels, everything is organized by her. You're going group, you'll go visit places together, you'll take the bus, you'll go different sightseeing, everything. Especially if you don't really know a lot of people in Liberia, if it's the first time and stuff, it's a great idea. You join her group trip and then you'll go. And it's fun. She plans everything and then she sends you guys your itinerary, your ticket and stuff like that. And everybody go in group. It's fun. It's really fun. You get to know each other and stuff like that. So she does that. But she does. Um, 24 hours plan is dangerous. 24-hour plan is dangerous. I'm not sure what that means. But 22 of y'all on here. Just say what's up. Come on, guys. You know what I mean? I'm on live. I'm chatting with only 3 people. Gary, Meyer, Reha, Seba, Sema. It's only 4 people and 20 of y'all on live, man. What's up with that? Come on, y'all. Just asking a question, say something, say what's up, say hi. Why not? I don't want to those people that be lurking you. They be coming seeing you don't want to say nothing. just comment, say something. Let's keep the conversation going. I'll still be here for 30 minutes. It's 45 minutes now, but it's after it's going to 10 p.m. I'm still here at my location. Planes are unsafe. I don't think so. I mean, I don't like flying. That's what I think. Um, Planes are unsafe. I don't think so. Rhea. Planes are one of the safest means of travel. If not the safest means of travel, is plane. Um, but I don't like flying. I hate flying. I've said it before. I'm scared of flying. I get in that plane. I'm scared for the entire 8 hour flight. I can't sleep. When the plane shake, one time I get out. Hey, what's going on? The plane going down. And my scariest part when I'm traveling. Oh, I go to Africa a lot. I go to Liberia a lot, but I hate flying. I hate that flight. And my scariest part is when we get over the Atlantic Ocean. You fly over that ocean for 6 hours. Man, that's just I can't sleep. That thing's just scary. I don't know how you'll be flying and y'all be sleeping, y'all be enjoying your flights. Every time the air hostess say enjoy your flight, I was like, yeah, right. I ain't about to enjoy nothing. I understand why you're saying plane. I don't say it though, but plane is one of the safest means of travel. I think it's the safest means of travel, just based on the numbers and statistics. We got thousands of planes flying every day. Maybe you have one crash every 5 years or stuff like that. After flying over like 50 million people, you know. Um, so that's just how it is. The cruise ship and stuff like that can happen, but you can get attacked. Cruise crashes all the time. You see it. Crew people get stuck. So, um, but yeah. But anyways, yeah, I'm afraid of flying. If you're afraid of flying too, comment below. Let me see who are afraid of flying. But I'm terrified of flying. I hate it, but I have to. If there was a cruise if there was a passenger ship that go to Africa, I'll hop on it. Even if it take me 3 weeks, I'll get on it. I just hate flying, especially flying over the Atlantic Ocean for that long time, and the plane just going. Sometimes as soon as the pilot say, "Oh, wear a seatbelt, about to hit turbulence," I was like, "Oh shoot, now I'm about to gun die." Every time there's a turbulence, I'm thinking this is the time I'm about to die. I just hit flying. My dad was a pilot though, but I wanted to become a pilot, but I was like, nah, I can't even. But anyways, comment below, say what's up, guys. Simeon, what's up? Drink and watch movie. When is your time? Exactly. I mean, it's easier said. Is it Simeon? Yeah, Simeon. I mean, that's true. So yeah, well, that's what I try doing. I try drinking a lot of wine. So when I take you, I go with air, let's say Brussels or Air France, whatever it is they get. We have wine. I usually ask for 2, 3 bottle of wine, or before I even get on the flight, I take some good amount of shots. But I don't know. Still, I mean, it will help a little bit. I'll fall asleep a little bit, but I don't know. Still, let me see how. Oh, 7% on this phone. I still get scared, man. Like, it's bad. Oh, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's bad. Like, it's bad. I get terrified. I'm in the plane. My heart just beating all night. Is bad. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's bad. I'll be up there. I'm like, man, we're way up in this air. We're way up, and I hate it too because it's in the night. Look, when I'm flying during the day, right, and the plane is a little bit below the clouds, that's cool. So long I can see the ground, no matter how far the ground down, I can see the ground. The plane be shaking, say I'll not be that scared. But as soon as we go above the clouds, or when it's at night, where when I look out the window, I don't see nothing. Oh shit, no, I have to be seeing something. I cannot just be seeing nothing because as soon as the plane shake, I'm like, in case the plane going hit some on the mountain, the pilot is sleeping, or the pilots can see. I don't know, man. It's it's called an irrational fear, right? It's just a fear based on like it's not rational. Like the chances of that happening is almost non-existent, but I'm just still scared anyways. You know what I mean? So my fear is not justifiable. That's what it's called, irrational fear. I mean, yeah, plane crashes happen, but the chances are very slim. But say, what is the best airline to LRB? Well, it depends on what you define as best. Best as in prices is Air Morocco, of course, but your chances of having a lost baggage or flight cancellation is higher than other flights. But as far as price, Air Morocco is good. I fly Air Morocco a couple of times. I haven't really had a lot of issues. One time they lost one of my bag, but it got it back to me by the end of the week. So I was able to pick it up from their location in Cinco. Um, but Air Morocco will have long layovers. Like when we travel Air Morocco, we'll be in Morocco for maybe between let's say 10 hours to 17 hours. Is when we'll be laying over in Morocco, but it's cheaper flight, usually a lot cheaper than other flights. Best airline, I would say, yes, what I was here, right? I think Ethiopian Airlines, not because Ethiopian Airline. Oh my God, whew, I'm already scared of flying. I think the plane is old, and that plane is the plane that shake the most. Like when the plane is taking off, like the entire plane, all the window, everything, the seat be shaking. I'm like, oh shoot, oh God, I'm about to die. I'm about to die today. Oh my God, I'm about to die today. But the reason why it's the best is just because number one, the flight path. Plane that go like you take Brussels, you go all the way to what is it, Belgium, and then you fly all the way, like you go to France, like you know what I mean, and then you go all the way on the other side. Um, it just doesn't make sense. But the reason I like Air Morocco is when you leave New York, you go straight to Morocco, you're going to Africa, you're already on the continent of Africa. That's where you lay over, and then you go straight to West Africa, either stopping in Ghana or Togo, or Ivory Coast. Right. So that's what I like that flight. Other flights, it just doesn't make any sense. You got to leave New York and go all the way to a different country, all the way on the other side. Not even going to West Africa, going up on the other side before you take a 8-9 hour flights all the way that way. So Ethiopian airline I like for that because they go straight to Africa. They don't transit in the other countries. But man, that plane can shake. Like the plane can shake. So if you're not afraid of flying, that's cool. But that plane shake too much fuel one time, like nah, I can't do it again. I already be trying to. I'm about to die when the plane just shakes small. Then, but overall, Brussels is good. They're gonna cost you about around the most. But their flight path is not too bad. The layovers are a lot shorter, and their plane is a lot more bigger and a little newer, and things like that. But anyways, let's see what else. Simeon said, once the plane take off, the computer does the flying. Pilots are just there. Take off. Yeah, man. Trust me, Simeon. I know all of that. I'm aware of all of that. But like I said, my fear is irrational fear. I'm just scared. Like no matter what information I get, how safe the plane are, I know this plane's going autopilot. Pilots only fly for like maybe 20 minutes at most during takeoff and landing. But still, right? And I'll tell you this too, Simeon. I watch a channel. It's called the Mentor channel. Is all the channel does is show videos of all plane crashes. Somebody will be like, "Yo, that's the dumbest thing. You already scared of flying." That's the channel. I don't know why. I watch all plane crashes, and there are times where the computers trip. There are sometimes where there's a power outage in the plane, even though there's redundancy. There are times where the engine failed because of something happening in the atmosphere, whatever it is. Like there are things that happen that made plane crashes, even though the plane. Yeah, somebody said, "Why do you do that to yourself?" Of course. So I watch marathon. I watch hours and hours of this all the time, and I don't know. I guess I don't know why I watch it, and so I get scared when I fly, no matter how new or safe the plane is, because there's always, plane is 99%. I always feel I'm gonna be safe. I always feel I'm gonna be that 1% every time. But don't worry. Strong angles will hold your plane up. All right. Well, anyway, so anything else, guys? I see y'all on here. If you're just on, welcome to the live. I'm about to dip though. I've been on for a while. Um, and I'm just talking about just Liberia as a whole. What do you guys think? What do you think the country is going to be the next 5 years? What are your plans for the country? Anything you have going on you care to share? Any questions or insight that you want to share with the family here? So we can all just chop it up and talk about it. But other than that, like I said, if you can reach me though, Vision Estates Liberia at gmail.com, or question for the house is septic tank. Yeah, so we have for the houses, we have a biodegradable tank. So it's one of those systems in the back, just do a borehole, not your traditional septic tank, like they build with the thing on top. This one is the one that just dissolved all the waste in there, right? Dissolve all the waste, and then over time it'll get absorbed by the soil and stuff like that. So that's what we use, the biodegradable septic tank. So it's not a traditional septic tank that just keep the stuff in there, or it has to be pulled out every time, right? It can change the actual tank thing that's in there. Like it's very small though, but it goes in there. Yeah, you plug it in, and it kind of degrades everything. They use it for other production plants and stuff like that. But that's what we have. For electricity, we're getting the transformer at certain part of the production process, so we'll have electricity coming in that area. But we know LEC, get you far. But part of the plan, our partners, part of our company is a couple solar companies. That when we get to that part of the building process, you look at your options, you pick your options, and get it there based on the size of your homes, the number of appliances. Then you pick your solar. I mean, solar is the way to go in Africa, in Liberia. So you get that, and you can we will have a backup generator on the estate for that, or people can have that. So can you install solar panels and Tesla solar cells? I don't think so. I mean, solar panels, yes. I don't see any in Tesla. Tesla batteries. I'm not too sure. I have our solar expert that's on our team can answer that, but I don't see anything Tesla in Liberia at all, unless you say you want to bring your own Tesla batteries. If it's compatible with the panels, you can. But all of the panels come with a converter and a battery already, like a set. So you can get 2 plates, 3 plates with a bigger battery. With however many amps of electricity based on the number of appliances and the size of your homes. And the thing about Liberia is because we're building these homes with bigger windows, so during the day, you open up your windows. Your solar. You don't need a lot of light. Your solar stores all those lights, and then when the sun starts to go down, then you power all your appliances and everything throughout the night. The next day, the good thing about Liberia is sunny most of the time, almost all the time, right? So your solar is going to absorb most of the power during the day, or if there's absolutely no sunlight and you're running low on battery, you can pop up that generator for a little bit. But most of the time, solar will take you. LEC is coming in the area we're building, but we got to get a transformer in. LEC, you'll probably get it a couple hours a day, and then it's going back and forth and stuff like that. So solar would be the best option. How long is rainy season? Rainy season started already. Goes. It's pretty much almost half the year. I would say within like 5 months time for rainy season, and then it kind of goes to dry season towards the end of the year. It gets really hot, but right now we're in rainy season already in Liberia. So it kind of stalled things a little bit, a lot, not a little bit, a lot. As far as anything you're doing, it really hampers that production. So great question, guys. Hey, I see 19 of y'all. So please ask me any question. Else I'm about to dip from here. Sitting here at my studio location, see it all by myself. All my pictures on the wall. If you go back there, I do my photo shoots back there. I have an office here. You guys all know Jacob right there. I took his picture. I met him oh, sorry, I'm putting the wrong finger. I met him for the first time, and he's doing good now. I took that picture. He went viral. Almost 80,000 people viewed that. I always keep a copy. He has one of these copies too. He was really happy about seeing himself on a big poster that I think is huge. And yep, so I'm just here in my little office area. It's pretty much late. I'm the only one here on live with you guys. So, let's chop it up. I'm usually trying to deal with the Myra. So what's the cost of the 4 bedroom? 4 bedroom is 99,000. That's a 4 bedroom, 4.5 bath, duplex, luxury style, built. Yeah, so that's kind of what it is right now. That's the promotional pricing. Typically, a 4 bedroom, the level at which we are building right now goes for about 130 in Liberia. But we're doing ours below market value because of the partnership we have with our vendors and our business model, right? Because we don't have a lot of ties to the business that we have to repay debt and stuff like that. So that's why we're able to charge a little cheaper here. And yeah, we're trying to speed up the building process. So by lowering the price a little bit, it gets people to pay off a lot quicker, so we can move on to the next stage. So that's kind of how it is. I know I'm just holding my one chip in my hand, but when I start chewing my chip, now I'll be chewing and be talking. I think I'm about to go and do that. I work remotely. Is it hard to get high speed internet and my airport question. Please tell me more about the payment plan. Okay, I'll talk about that. But first, Simeon said remote working. Now, I'll tell you this. Like I said, right, my company, we're about 6. Our architect, our lead architect and developer, our lead contractor Indian, they all live in Liberia. And our lead architect and developer still works for his US company in Texas. He's the lead architect. I mean, this guy, he's like, when I'm talking about all the major luxury apartment buildings that are being built in Texas, all the new builds, he oversees that. He does the plan, he does the development, all of that. He's Liberian 100%. He lives in Liberia now. So he has fast internet. So there are internet options. A little bit more expensive, though. It probably would cost you about $120 a month, US dollars. But yes, it's fast. You can work remotely. You'll be good. Get fast 4 or 5G internet. You find have a little internet box. You pay every month. I think they gave you 30 gigabytes of speed. Yeah, you can work from home. That's what I'll be doing when I go over there. I got businesses there. I still got to be connecting here, and so that's the number one thing. Our priority, our office location in Liberia. We're setting up our office space and all of that, or our employees and everything there. So we're gonna have to have that internet there and at home at our residence. So when we go back after coming back from the office, then we have high speed internet. So yeah, so internet wise is good. You should be good with that. And then yeah, so yeah, yeah, that shouldn't be an issue at all. And also, they're almost done with the Starlink. I think it's Starlink. Yeah, which is the universal internet. It's all over Africa. Elon Musk is doing that with his satellite. So no matter where you go, have really fast internet. It don't matter if you're in some village or whatever it is. It's direct internet from like universal. So I think that's already either done or about to be done, and stuff like that. So yeah, guys. So there it is. Any other questions directly about Liberia? What's going on? What you need to know? Why y'all need to know? Anything y'all need to know? Um, and then we can make that happen. So let me see here. 1 second. Okay. Copy link. Link copy. Let me see. Can I even comment on this thing? I don't know if I can even comment. Some chat messages potential spam. Damn, I can't even comment on this video. Like, how do I even comment? I don't know. I don't like this other live thing, yo. I'm not able to invite anybody because I have to send you a link. But at the same time, let me see. Add guest. They said my add guest option, but I either got to send it through Facebook message or WhatsApp message or an email or a text message. Hey, anybody want to come on now? You got to YouTube go live together. What is this? Share, play, connect as you watch TV shows and movies. Listening. I don't know what that. I don't know what that is. What have I done now? Cancel. All right. So yeah, if anybody want to come on, I gotta send you a link through WhatsApp. So I don't know. I don't know if you want to put your WhatsApp number on here from the send a link so you can come online with me. That'll be great. Or a Facebook name that I can send you a Facebook message. I can send you the link and you come on. Other than that, yeah, there's no way to invite people unless I can send you a link. When I send the link, you click on it, then I think it'll come on. But so I want buy and rent. Yo, you can. Most people who are buying, that's what they're doing. They're buying it, using it as an investment property. When they go back to Liberia, they live there, they stay there, and then they rent it out when they're not there, right? That's the investment property. That's the investment proposition. Most people, that's what they're doing with that. So you definitely can. If you're not, because most people are buying, not living in Liberia right away, right? They're not up and moving. So you go and live there part time or visit or whatever it is. You live, you come back, and you Airbnb. And my company has a realty and property management company, so that's a service we can offer you we manage your company for your property for you and have your guests come and stay and stuff like that and clean and provide food and all that stuff. So we do that. So when you buy, that's a service that we offer you as well. So you can't. Most people, that's what they're doing, right? Until you move forward. And like I said, some people they hit me up. They're like, look, I want the home, but I want the home to have, 2 lots of yard. I want a huge garden in the back and that stuff. We can't accommodate that right now because it's an estate. We can't have all of that. So my recommendation is you can get one of these now. I mean, and the thing about it is most people who want these things, they're not even moving to Liberia right away. They'll get all of these things. They'll be in Liberia 4 weeks out of the year, or a month out of the year, 2 months out of the year. The rest of the time,